So, Palm Sunday was in the ancient Roman days, was a powerful march of the soldiers. Is the PowerPoint ready? Okay, give us the one. There we go. This is how Roman soldiers, when they went to invade another nation, because the bigger you are, the bigger pot you have to play with, right? And so they will gloriously return. And let's go to the second one. There. And sometime they will bring in enemies and they will chain them. See, they're shackled. And they would also bring looted gold and silvers and all of those things, and so they will process through this big alley and basically, big men hitting their chest, rah, rah, or growl each other. It was one of those kind of events because they won the battle. Let's go to the third one. So in today's world, processions are done a little differently. Look at this. North Korea have a military day. They bring their soldiers out, decked up, and then they bring out their military hardwares. Let's go to the second one. See, they bring out their armaments to let the world know we are a powerful nation. Don't play with us, kind of. It's a show of intimidation, right? Show of intimidation. Let's see the other one. See, look at the missiles. And some of those missiles are getting better and better, and it can go all the way to Japan, and it might come all the way to Alaska somewhere, So that's what they're shooting at. I mean, they're shooting to have a precise, destination. Okay, let's go to the next one. So here is another procession that we see. This just started over a year ago, right? Russians marching through or driving through their tanks to Ukraine. It's a powerful, destructive vehicle. Let's go to the next one. That's what tanks have done. So us, a powerful nation, unprovoked, riding through with their armaments to an independent nation, sovereign nation, trying to subjugate them with power. And so they come to intimidate. Let's go to the next one. But today is Palm Sunday. Today is not about a parade that Jesus is coming down to Jerusalem on a stallion, horse or a chariot. Jesus is simply riding a lowly animal, a donkey. Jesus is not trying to show to the world his power. He's got no military to protect him. He doesn't even have, secret services available to him to protect in case somebody jumped off the line to attack Jesus. The world was different. What Jesus was trying to accomplish was entirely different than the kind of parades that we see today. This parade was a parade of humility, isn't it? Humility. So, in the Jewish spirituality, there are three things that every Jew must do if you are living close by Jerusalem those days. And one was Pesach, Passover, Shavuot, Pentecost, and Sukkot is tabernacle. These are three different festivals that people came to observe. Now, Jerusalem was about 40 to 45,000 people city. But when Passover happens, when Pentecost happens, when Tabernacle happens, they have around 250 to 300,000 people. Think about that. It just, right? There are that many people in that little city. And so there's a big crowd, and it is Passover time. And so Jesus comes, and suddenly children, our hymn says children, right, came, and people came, and they wanted to celebrate this folk hero that spoke about God, that spoke about forgiveness, that spoke about caring for each other. Love your neighbor as thyself. I did. So Jesus, I came to fulfill the law of God. So Jesus is right away, taken into this unorganized, organized, parade. It was certainly not a rose parade. It was certainly not like a Macy's parade, right? It's not even like a small town parade. It was a parade of making a statement. I don't even know if those people who were cheering for Jesus really knew what they were really doing. Make sense? It's like a mob psychology sometimes, Hey, there's a group of people chanting, let's join it, and we all go and we all, do rah-rah, right? I don't know whether they really knew. Let's go to the next slides. Okay, I skipped. So this is a Passover, contemporary Passover meal. So if you ask me what is Passover, Passover is to remember how God delivered children of Israel from Egypt, right? And so on Passover meal, family, they sit together like that, and they will read the Old Testament, and they will tell stories about how they were delivered from Egypt. Okay, that's the Passover. Next, we'll go to the next one. So that's the Palm Sunday I'm talking about. That's the Catholic rendering. Let's go to the next one. So that is probably something like that, probably represents the culture of the time. Let's go to the next one. This is how people in India celebrate Palm Sunday. Church I grew up, we march, we process, 3-4 miles. And the village where my parents grew up, they will start the procession Sunday morning at the village gate, not at the church. Everybody will meet at the village gate, and they will have different kinds of palms, and we will process, singing Palm Sunday music for about 3 miles or so to the sanctuary. Yeah. And so this is how churches have done, and this is what still churches do. It's about God trying to say to the humanity, in creation, godlessness was not the goal of God. God is trying to remind humanity that I have a purpose in creating you. Right? And then I am not willing to let you go as if there's no God. And so God says, humanity, us, we need sometime big reminder. Small reminder just disappears in the clouds. But we need some big reminder. And so God says, let me just send my son, because people didn't listen to all the prophets I sent. Right? Prophets I sent, they ridiculed them. Some went to jail. Even like early missionaries who went to different parts of the world. They were condemned. They took the rights away from proclaiming and practicing their Christian faith. And so to me, this particular day is Jesus coming to Jerusalem, to the spiritual headquarters, to the military headquarters, and saying to them, I am coming, not as a king, not as a general, but I'm coming as God's servant, the suffering servant that Isaiah talked about, to take away the sins of the world. Because ultimately, that is what Matthew said, right? When Mary was told about that she will have a son, and then God says, and his name will be Jesus, because he will save his people. That was said a long time ago, right? That is what he's going to do. In John's gospel, John the Baptist had been preaching about Jesus, one who will come. I baptize you with water, but he'll baptize you with fire. I am not even worthy to carry his sandals. And then he sees Jesus coming. And then John says, look, here cometh the Son of the living God, who will take away the sins of the world. Prophets have been talking. Preachers have been saying. And now, this Palm Sunday, things are beginning to happen right before our eyes. That's what Palm Sunday is. It's about God becoming the Lamb. The early tradition talks about the sacrifice. Lamb brought to be sacrificed, right? Jesus becomes the Lamb of God. To be sacrificed for our salvation. There is no better news than that for us. And so, this day we come to celebrate Palm Sunday.